Welcome to Love Them Knives. LTK here. Got the QSP Woodpecker. And you know what? That's not a bad looking design, is it? I looked at that online and I go, that's interesting. And then, well, it's M390 titanium frame lock. It's already anodized. It's got a lanyard hole, a milled pocket clip, and backspacer to kind of finish it off. Looks pretty reasonable and weight relieved inside. We will disassemble this knife. 3.75-inch blade, so it's not a small knife. Where's my little tape here? Comes in a nice box, you know, with the drawer and the zipper pouch. I'll pull that out here in a minute. But there we go. 3 3/4, about 97 millimeters. Overall, 8 3/8, which is about 21 and a half, between 21 and 21 and a half centimeters. And so kick the lock bar away, and there we go. And it's centered. I'm not getting any lock rock or blade play on this. Here's my lock up. That's 35 to 40%. So it's pretty strong there. Hardened steel insert with over travel stop, ceramic bearings, and we'll see more of that when we get into it. Got some nice machining and milling on it. Kind of a contoured handle here. Jimping on the flipper tab, there's your stop. Blade stop there. You got kind of a thumb ramp with some jimping on that. And you have a front choil for sharpening. And you could sneak up front if you wanted to on that. M390, okay, that feels like a pretty clean swipe through that paper, so that's pretty sharp coming out of there. See, and let's check. Okay, we're getting up close to 4 millimeter blade stock, 0.153, and let's see what we got here for thickness. Oh, 0.48, not that much. I was kind of surprised there. 12.3 millimeters. Okay. That's thinner than I thought it'd be. I figured it'd be at least 0.5, maybe 0.55, but no. Ergo's in the hand. Feels pretty good, actually. My front finger here. Yeah, next finger in is kind of on the leeward side there a little bit, so it's not too bad. Flip it over, reverse grip, that's comfortable. How come reverse grip's almost more comfortable on most of these knives than forward grip? But this is good. Yeah, it locks you in pretty good. And right here, you can get locked on. Satin blade, nice grind. Like I said, M390 and satin flats as well. And not a hydraulic drop, probably a little tight. We'll kind of maybe readjust that when we throw this puppy back together. Let's see what our weight is. Okay, 4.5 ounces. That's not bad for a knife that size. 3 3/4 inch blade. The whole thing's titanium, 127.5 grams. So no. Not really. Oh, well, I talked about this the other few days ago, whatever, a few weeks ago maybe. The Harpy. And so the Harpy, that is a class act. And of course, it's got that fuller, so you can finger flick that out. But I think that's just S35. But this is much less expensive. This is, after discount, this is maybe 107, 110, all in. So that's pretty wild, but it's not a titanium. It's G10 with carbon fiber, but still, and it's, S35 the end. But I like it. And it comes with the same kind of packaging as the Woodpecker does. See, it you have a zipper pouch, and then, oh, by the way, I do like what QSP does here. I mean, they give you a card on the actual knife that you're buying talking to you about jimping and the M390 and the dimensions and its titanium frame lock and 8.5 overall, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. Ball bearings. Oh my God. So, and it's nice, and you know, you got the drawer, so, and it's a real structural box, thank God, so it's not gonna fall apart and collapse. There you go. Get her shut. Right that. Bam. So, yeah, not that heavy. I'm kind of surprised. Huh. But premium materials, ergos, yes, maybe if they'd have brought this up just a little further, it'd have been perfect for me. Now, depending on your hands, it may be perfect for you, but right there, nice. And no, the tip does not look fragile. It looks pretty heavy duty on that, so not bad overall. You look at the machining here, so it gives you a little bit of grip up and down here. Like I said, lanyard holds plentiful. Back spacer, check it out. It's got texture right here, all this jimping, and it's above grade, so you can feel it. Helps you lock in. Yeah. Pocket clip, pretty good, and you know, it's got some give to it. I think I carried this thing only about twice, so I can't report much on the pocket clip. Problem is, my pockets are, I'm going to have to pull a pair of my pants, throw them up on the table. I mean, you'll see the edges of the pockets are just frayed out. So it's really hard to report to you if you have a normal pair of jeans with an actual seam at the top of the pockets. Then, you know, you're way ahead of me on that. So most knives slide right in my pockets pretty easy. Not much to overcome there. Yeah, that's pretty solid, but the detent's pretty solid too. I can throw it out. I can throw it out like this. Let me see if I can throw it out like the other way. Now, I can't throw it out this way, but I can throw it out like this. So I'd say, okay, so I'd say that's a 5 on my scale as far as detent's concerned. 5.3, something like that. But I mean, it's kind of silly to go between numbers. But you know, 5 to 5.5, it's pretty decent. And there's no alternate opening method. There's no, you know, finger flicking it because there's no fuller or cutaway, and there's no thumb studs or thumb ramps. So this is it. And so you do want a little bit more detent there because you want to be able to kick it right out. You want it to have a little bit more snappy response. Let me see if I can fail it. Okay, yeah, I can fail it. Okay. But really, you fire this thing, it'll kick. So interesting. And yeah, this one's a little bit more expensive, you know, $228, but with the discount, then you're just a bit over $2, 10% off. You're a little over $2. And the flipper tab's not crazy outrageous tall. It's within bounds, don't you think? It could be a little smaller. It could be canted forward maybe a little bit, but it's not stupid big. It's proportionate. Talking about proportionate, let me see if we're using our space here. Yeah, we're doing pretty good there as far as the available length of the handle. I mean, you really can't fault them on that. That's pretty well thought out too. So all in all, not too shabby, huh? Take a look around it again in case I missed something. Like I said, hardware's not anything remarkable. It'd be nice if they kicked over to some of these kind of socket head machined like they do on a lot of knives, and this just happens to be the Bestech Shodan, but you know, there's a lot of knives that come with this kind of hardware, and I like it better than this. Although that may not, you know, mean much of anything to you, as long as it, you know, it's decent quality stuff. So let's see if we can screw this whole thing up, huh? I mean, hey, I'm good at that. Let's see where we are. Number 8s. Are we at number 8s back here? Nope. We've gone the old 6 method. That's unfortunate. Dear QSP, please put all number 8s in your knives. That would be nice. That would be a really good improvement. Hopefully, that's a D-shaped or there's something in there holding that in place. And I think there is. We'll see here in momentarily once we get these little babes out of here. Come on. At least they're coming loose and I'm not having all kinds of problems with that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward here, so that's a good sign. That's a real good sign. Plop, plop. Fizz, fizz. Okay, here we go. And I always kind of pull the blade away. Kind of gives me more access to reach out and touch. And so we got this up. Come on, Charlie. Whoop, flip you around. We can come off of there. There we go. What are we holding on to? Yeah, ceramic T-tampon, and there's our steel washer in there, a little goop. They're over travel stop, you know. And yeah, it's weight relieved. Woo, big time. Both sides, right? Check that out. Okay. And ceramic bearings right there. Kick that out. And these two, yeah, I mean, it's not real dirty or anything. It's got some lube in there. Heavier stuff than I would like. Okay, check this out. See right here? There's your pivot. See the cutaway here? That's what they're doing to keep this secure on the presentation side. So there's another cutaway right here that fits up with that. There we go. So let's put 2 and 2 together. Because it's probably not going to sit down right. Yeah, it's not going to sit down right until you hit that little bump right there. You get those two together mated properly. It's not good if you don't get mated properly. All right. I'm going to keep my mouth shut after that comment. Okay, here we go. And throw some on the track. Hey, how about 1.5 gallons? What do you think? Did we put enough on there? Anybody voting? Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm a mess. I am a mess. Okay, here we go. Hey, it goes together good, even for a fool like me. So, you know, I'm a professional reviewer myself. I never claimed to be. I'm just a guy who likes to dick around with knives, I guess. So I'm no different than any of you, man. I think back on my time learning about knives. Man, have I learned a lot in the last 3.5 years of having this channel. Holy cannolis. And I've got a lot more to go. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there just waiting to teach me something because they can't stand it anymore. Come here, you piece of crap. There you go. Fool, come here. jacking around with you. Now, can we do this? Can we please, guys? I'm really not big on the slender little drivers, and I don't like the one-piece drivers at all, because when the tip craps out, which it's going to do someday, guess what? That whole driver's shot. I just get the bits from KC Tool, the Weehaw bits, and when they crap out, it's like, gone, next up. There's my, oh yeah, this is the Wera Plus, so this is a 6 Plus, okay. I'm into plus sizes now. And if you've seen me on camera, you know that for sure. Okay, now, where are we? Well, we're centered. Let's see if we've got play. Oh, no, like I'm Mr. Automatic on getting that right, aren't I? Ooh, I think that's better. Come here. Is that better? That's mo better, Beretta. Yeah, that is mo better than it was. It was a little stiff before. I could probably make that even more hydraulic, but I don't mind if it takes a little, whoop-de-whoop, just kind of a little bounce here to get her to settle down. But I mean, we could shake it out a little looser, but that's loose enough for me. Just like that. Okay, fun time is over. You guys go back and do something serious. Something that actually will teach you something about knives, other than my fooling around. And, of course, QSP. Seriously, I mean, they got some good G10 knives as well. But this G10 knife with S35, the Harpy, that's cheapest chips considering the construction and everything, and that carbon fiber, all that. Really great design. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out. We did it in 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes. Hallelujah, brother. Take care. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.